The Book of the Last Judgment, Chapter 1, The Trumpet of Awakening. 1. And I saw the heavens tremble, and the stars fell like burning coals from the sky. 2. The sun was smothered in blackness, and the moon poured itself out like blood upon the earth. 3. Then the angel lifted a trumpet to his lips, and the blast shattered the silence of eternity. 4. Graves split open, vomiting forth the dead, clothed in decay and stench, their bones rattling in fear. 5. The sea gave up its drowned, swollen with rot, and the fire gave up its ashes, forming faces of terror. Chapter 2. The Coming of the Son of Man. 1. And behold, the heavens were rent apart, and there appeared the Son of Man, crowned with fire, his robe dipped in blood. 2. His eyes were as burning furnaces, and from his mouth came a sword of flame. 3. Around him circled 10,000s of angels, their wings beating thunder, their voices like rushing waters. 4. The nations saw him and trembled. Kings cast down their crowns and wailed, saying, "Fall on us, O mountains, hide us from the wrath of the Lamb." 5. But the mountains melted and the rivers fled. There was no place to hide. Chapter 3. The book is opened. 1. Then the throne was set, great and terrible, and the earth and the heavens fled before it. 2. And the book of life was opened, and the deeds of every man were laid bare. 3. The secrets whispered in darkness were shouted aloud. The sins buried deep rose like worms in the light. 4. The liars' tongues were torn from their mouths and burned as incense before the throne. 5. The murderers' hands dripped blood that boiled their own flesh, and they clawed at their bones in agony. 6. The adulterers were cast naked into flame, their lust consuming them forever. 7. The proud were stripped of their faces, and the greedy devoured the dust of their own gold. Chapter 4. The Casting Down. And the angels, armed with chains of fire, seized the wicked by their hair and cast them into the pit. 2. The pit opened its mouth endless and wide, and the cries of the damned shook the very pillars of creation. 3. Their teeth gnashed like beasts, their eyes melted in their sockets, yet death fled from them, and they burned without end. 4. Smoke rose up forever, blotting out the sky, and the worms of the pit fed without ceasing. Chapter 5. The Reward of the Righteous. 1. But to those washed in the blood of the Lamb was given a robe of white, brighter than the morning star. 2. They stood trembling, yet a hand touched them, saying, "Fear not, for you are mine." 3. And the gates of the holy city opened, gates of pearl shining brighter than 10,000 suns. 4. They entered into a place where no tear is shed, and no night is known, and the face of God shines forever. 5. Behind them the earth crumbled into fire, and the kingdom of men was no more. Chapter 6. The Eternity of Judgment. 1. And I heard a voice like many waters declare, "The time of men is ended. The harvest is reaped, the winepress is trodden, the wrath is complete." 2. And the Lamb sat upon his throne, and his kingdom had no end. 3. The righteous rejoiced in everlasting light, but the wicked wailed in everlasting torment. 4. Thus the judgment was sealed and eternity began.